episode 83.
83.
We thank everybody for still staying in it with us.
Thank you.
With the new year 2025, and things been going down, happening, so we had to take a vacation. You know what I'm saying? So let's get started. We miss you guys. We're glad you missed us. All right, about to get started right here.
Let's go.
All right. Here's the message of the day.
Message.
Don't allow anybody to make you feel like you are nobody.
Okay.
Always feel like you count.
Exactly.
Always feel like you have worth. And always feel like your life has ultimate significance. Take this message in stride and be blessed.
Be blessed.
Welcome back to Straight Hating Podcast.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back.
This is episode 83.
83. Okay.
The message of the day was brought to you by Martin Luther King Jr.
Hey, MLK.
and Straight Hating Fashions and More.
Together, all right.
Straight Hating Fashions and More is an online store selling a new brand of merchandise called Straight Hating.
You already know.
This is a new brand, y'all, called Straight Hating.
New brand.
This is a registered brand, new brand.
Registered.
It's slowly going out there in the market.
Ain't no fake.
And we're still trying to grow the brand, you know what I'm saying? So this is a new brand out there. Cop something. We got some more stuff coming out.
Cop it.
Cop the merchandise.
Cop the merch.
We only got 5 items right now, but we will soon have this year at least 20, 30 different items. But we're trying to get to 100 items.
Yes.
But it's gonna be. This is registered stuff. This is a new brand. A brand called Straight Hating. You know what I'm saying? So go check us out. Straight Hating. Go to straighthatingfashionsandmore.com. That's straighthatingfashionsandmore.com.
Okay.
All right. I'm your host, AC.
AC. Woo!
And joining me tonight is my lovely co-host, Tasha May.
And as always, y'all already know, it's Tasha May, holla back. So when you say my name, make sure you say my name completely. That's Tasha May, holla back. Let's go.
Okay. All right. How you doing?
I'm doing good. In the neighborhood. How you doing?
It's been a minute.
Long time coming.
Yo, it's been a minute since we've been here.
Yeah, we miss y'all, so hopefully y'all miss us too. But don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. We right here. We back. We ain't went nowhere. We just had to take a little mental break. You know what I'm saying?
But
we back.
You know what
we
I'm
back
saying?
just for y'all.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and I can tell you right now, a lot of things is going wild right now. Y'all gotta make sure y'all take care of yourselves.
Yes.
Take care of yourself, take care of your family.
Pay attention.
And pay attention to what's going on. So with that being said, listen, we're in Surviving 2025.
We told y'all it was coming. We gave y'all preparations.
Surviving 2025 is here, y'all. We are here.
Oh my God.
Alright, so, and just so you don't know, it's the reality horror show that we're currently experiencing, witnessing and seeing right now in real time, every day, since January 20th, 2025. The day when we as a people surrendered our country to a 34-count felon to act and perform as the President of the United States of America. The following information are true and updated events, situations, and circumstances.
It's real, y'all.
As we are reporting the daily information. All right? We are currently in Surviving 2025.
And the story continues.
All right. And we are 11 days in since Trump took office on Monday, January 20th. 11 days. Only 11 days in. And check this out.
11.
In these 11 days,
talk about it.
It's been the most horrible 11 days in my life.
In his life.
Listen, I have friends calling me, family members calling me, contacting me. I was so stressed you guys are not out there just shaking your ass, living on a rock, and just ignoring what's going on in our world today, because whatever's going on is going to affect you directly, not indirectly. It's going to affect you directly.
You.
And hit your damn pockets.
Like that Uncle Sam sign with you.
Yes.
You.
What is going on? Oh my God. Listen. Within 11 days.
11, y'all.
Just 11 days.
21.
We still have 50 more weeks in this year and 3 more years of this administration. Now, what we're about to talk about is not a political situation. It involves politics.
Right.
And we're not trying to say, well, you need to be on this side or this side or that side, because we don't care about that. We only come with you with some facts, some information that actually happened and existed in real time. Okay? So don't think about this podcast for this type of this organization or this organization.
Oh, no.
Left, right, Democrat, Republican. No.
No,
It's
we're not no organization.
That's not about this
We
podcast.
straight hate.
We straight hate. We straight hating on everything. You know what I'm saying? On everything. You know what I'm saying? So politics and what's going on is just part of the shit that we about to straight hate on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Right.
Okay.
Yo, in 11 days. Everything I'm about to tell you, it happened in 11 fucking days. Okay? And I can't tell you a lot of stuff. I'm gonna tell you what I can. All right?
Just a little bit.
In 11 fucking days.
We're gonna give you a little bit.
All right.
It's a little bit.
Trump orders the release of the Oath Keepers and Proud Boys and pardons January 6 rioters, about 1,500 people. You know, the domestic terrorists that was on our terrorized domestically the nation's capital. Yeah, he released every one of them.
Everybody, you've been set free.
The bad ones, good ones, no matter what it was, everyone is released. 1,500 people.
Off your record.
Now, since then, a couple of them allegedly went back to prison because they did crimes since they've been released in this 11 fucking days.
Well, dang.
2 of them have released. It was a female and a gentleman. Two different situations, 2 different stuff. And they end up going. I mean, it was too much information just to fucking.
So they was there. They
got released, right?
They got released.
They did some other shit.
Let's do something else.
They did some other shit.
So y'all want to get released again? Because y'all thinking like, oh, Trump gonna pardon us again.
And that's just 2 of them so far that
But y'all did. It had nothing to do with the January 6th. So you gonna be in this.
And those guys who are out have no remorse at all. And they still say they're gonna go after people who got them in jail in the first place. They're not finished yet. They still going. So these are domestic terrorists.
Nobody got them in jail but themselves. So they gonna go after themselves?
They're going after everybody who went against them.
That's what they need to go after. Hello?
They said we're going after people who went against us. We're not finished yet. I've seen that shit on my eyes on television as they did the interviews, right? So they're like, we're not finished. We going after us. They have no remorse whatsoever.
Y'all know once y'all get pardoned, Trump is done with y'all. So y'all can't go back asking him. He just doing this for the clout.
The pardon is just the pardon of the situation, the crime that they were accused of during that situation. It doesn't pardon you for future shit that you do, extra shit that you do.
Exactly, because it was like Trump was like, okay, y'all did this because of me. Okay, I'm gonna pardon y'all for that. But any other thing that y'all do, y'all on y'all own. And for y'all not to even know that, y'all crazy. Y'all stupid.
And so far, 2 more people went back to jail because they did some illegal stuff.
Well,
so that's just that. Also, Snoop Doggy Dogg,
SNOOPDOG,
and Nelly. What's the song?
Which one?
Name one.
If you follow me in the club, it's getting hot
in here. Take off your clothes. Guess what?
For Trump, Nelly now.
Snoop Dogg, Nelly, and a bunch of other people
Carrie Underwood
perform at his inauguration balls.
excited.
His inauguration ball, no Diddy.
You sounded excited to say balls.
Balls. No Diddy. Pause. Okay. Oh, listen. Snoop was dragged.
Snoop don't care.
I've seen guess what? Now, okay, making money is making money. I'm with y'all. I don't care who's in office, what situation going on, making money. I'm for that. However, starting with Snoop, just a few years ago, Snoop said directly to everyone, if any of you buck dancers or whatever, I'm going to just phrase this certain stuff. He said, any of y'all go out there and perform for his inauguration, I'm going to come at y'all. And guess what? His words came back to haunt him. Because he performed, and then not only he performed, he had to be his own DJ and his own performer. We was performing and DJing and singing and dancing and stuff at the same time. The only person. So he saved money because he hadn't paid nobody. But if you look into the audience, they act like they didn't know who the hell he was. Which is sad.
Nah, I ain't buying that.
I'm telling you what I saw.
No, I know what you're saying.
I'm tell you what I saw.
Their reactions and the way they was sitting there acting.
It was no real performance what he did. And it should have been a performance because he's a performer. But he was doing his own DJ and rapping. And then he was, doing his little dance and stuff. But it was like, it was no love. It was no
maybe
real
that was
stuff.
part of the plan. Like, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna perform. Because, Snoop be in the crypto and everything. And,
it was no performance.
Like, so he was like, I'm gonna go and do this because y'all gonna pay me some money, but I'm gonna go here, but I'm not gonna give y'all a Snoop performance. I'm gonna give y'all some BS stuff and go ahead and move on out the daggone way. Okay. And y'all can say whatever y'all want to say about me because I'm Eminem for Snoop Dogg.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in my head, like any person that get away with sitting there performing for Trump and everything and then said this and that, and then go and do this, it'll be him that could like get away with it because in the whole the way the way the whole thing went, because like if he was like doing a real performance and all kind of stuff, Snoop would have had his stuff together. He wouldn't be out there doing like his own thing. He'd have had a whole DJ. He'd have had the crowd moving. He'd have said the crowd songs and all kind of stuff. So like I just think in my head this was a ploy. This was everybody else. Like it was like like Nelly. He was like, oh. Let me see and get on. Like, let me get because Nelly, he like He like the country singer. He sang with Country Boys.
Let me say a little piece about Snoop. But Nelly, he did an interview prior to the inauguration ball, and if you saw his interview was unbelievable. It was like, well, I sat there and saw it. He was like, well, no one else invited me to the White House, so I'm going. Then he said, what did Trump do wrong for us and whatnot? And there's no racism, and there's no issue like that. And y'all proved, y'all proved that he did anything bad or wrong to black people and stuff like that. He was like, he never did that wrong to all this stuff, and he was like defending him, and I was like,
and then you know better.
I was sitting there watching this, it went on and on and on. I'm like, is he really saying all this stuff? He like, tell me something he did that's against us and all kind of stuff. He was like, he did nothing.
But everybody's entitled to their opinion. But Nelly, first of all, Snoop. Second of all, like you've been on this high cloud and everything, and all the people in America were sitting there praising you and Ashanti and y'all relationship and everything, and they was like happy to see you smile and everything. And we know, you like all kind of different genres and everything, and you was sitting there with the Florida Boys, you know what I'm saying, and y'all made that good song and everything, so you like country life and all kind of stuff, maybe even had a little Proud Boy moment, I don't know. No allegation.
Here's the thing, it's one thing to have...
Don't say that it don't have nothing to do with racism and all that
stuff. No, it's one thing to have an opinion.
You got to listen.
It's one thing to have an opinion.
But that's your
opinion. Opinion has nothing to do with facts.
Right, well...
Having an opinion is one thing. But having facts, which is true information, and then you're going against true information, it's not called opinion, it's called a lie and bullshit.
Well, it could still be facts to some people.
No, facts is facts.
No.
It's no way from facts.
I'm going to disagree with that.
It's no based on facts. If 1 plus 1 is 2, is that a fact?
From what they taught us.
Is 1 plus 1 2?
From what they taught us.
Facts are, see, with that type of information you just said, from what they taught us.
That's what I'm about to say.
Here's a fact. Fact is a proven situation that's actually there. That was a fact. Opinion is what you think or how you feel about a situation, whether it's against or not about the facts at all. The facts of the matter is 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 1 does not equal 5.
In this world.
Now you say, well, I don't think 1 plus 1 equals 2. I think it may be something else, but this is just, that's opinion based on how you feel, but not on no real facts. And that's probably why you failed in school and math, you didn't believe what the facts was. Because the facts is 1 plus motherfucking 1 is always going to be motherfucking 2. That's facts.
But hold on. Because like we about to enter into like Black History Month, and they taught us that this was like the facts of these situations happen, and then later we found out.
But those are not facts.
But when we was growing up and being taught that, those was the facts.
Those are not facts.
So some facts can change.
Listen, no. Yeah, the truth of the history of the facts can change, but what we have is facts based on lies, not based on truth. We were taught facts based on lies, not truth. So it was rewritten and taught to us to be known as a fact, but it wasn't factual. It were lies. If it's not a fact, it is a lie. That's what I said a few minutes ago. I said a couple of minutes ago.
1 and 1 is 2.
If it's not a fact, then it's a lie.
How do we know those numbers are real numbers?
Now, if you did your research on that, whether they taught us something or not, listen. Well, if you taught something or not, one thing is to be taught, one thing is to find out and learn it and research it and find for yourself. We have learned, even through research, 1 plus 1 does equal 2. Through our history, if 1 plus 1 equals x, that means x equals 2. No, that's common sense. That means if 1 plus 1 equals x, and then 1 plus 1 equals 2, that means x and 2 are the same.
So a letter and a number is the same.
Now we're getting off context of things. And that had nothing to do with nothing we're saying. Okay, back to what we were saying is. Now, I want to make a little thing about the response you said about history. History, once you're taught something, it becomes a fact from our teacher. Now, that fact that you receive, now is up to you to take it in and accept it, or research it and do your research on it to see if that's true or not. If it's a true fact or not. It could be a fictitious fact or a non-fictional fact. Now, if it's fictitious, that means it's a fucking lie.
But it's still called a fictitious fact.
Once you're proved it to be a lie, it's no longer a fact. You can cross it off as being a fact because it's a lie.
But you can't cross it out till you know the truth.
Until you have to hear the lie first. And then you got to research it to see if it's the truth. If you know the truth, then you say, well, this don't make no sense. This ain't no damn real fact because it's a lie.
So maybe that's where Nelly at right now.
No. Nelly said, in this date, this is 2025. Nelly said, there is no fucking racism. And I've heard this not just from him, but from many people that's in 2024 has said and they said it on television, there's no history of racism in America. America's not a racist place. America has been founded on racism.
Period.
It has been born, delivered, baptized, blood and everything in racism. Every law that's been made they had to patrol. They had no real police, so they had to patrol slaves who were free. So they created a police system who controlled them. That's the whole purpose how policemen was founded. On patrolling of slaves that were free. First of all, it was a patrol of slaves who were runaway slaves. And then when slaves were freed, which when they were freed, they still wasn't really free till a few years later. That's a whole different story. But when they were they needed people to round them up, to put them back into slavery, and to put them in a slavery system, to have them working and working forever, and to be free people. In your Constitution, black people, people of color, is not even considered a whole person. Not considered, and it still hasn't been changed to this day. That still same Constitution is still showing that black people are not considered a whole person. We like 2/3 or 1/3 of a person. Animals always have more rights than black people.
That's been changed though.
It's never been changed.
Because at one point it was like
they made amendments. They made amendments.
Everybody have the right to vote.
They made amendments so we can have the right to vote in the Civil Rights Acts and Affirmative Action Acts, which have made amendments to allow us to give us the right to vote.
And that's only where the 1/3 came in at.
No. 1/3 came in because we wasn't considered people at all. Black people and brown people were considered worse than animals. And we were only considered as property. We were property. And when we became no one's property, they had to make rules and laws to keep us in a combined situation that we always owed. Because we never had, and when we tried to work something, they took it and they made us owe more to them. We were always in a slave economic system.
In certain areas of the United States.
All over the United States.
We rally in some states before the South Side.
Even in the North, when they were free, they had free black people up north, because they had more freedom up there. They fought for civil rights, for the free against the what's the white group? What's the people in the South? They fought the Confederates. They still had slaves up north and in the South, but they allowed more freedom to blacks up north, and free blacks had to fought for a Confederate fight to fight them, so we had freedom throughout the whole states, because the laws were different from the South and the North. So when they won the war, they made it free for everybody, but we still wasn't totally free because we had segregation throughout the whole states, North and South. In fact, we have more civil situations up north in the Midwest than anywhere.
In the South?
The South is still under slavery mind frame, because even if you try to get a job or whatever, like in South Carolina and Myrtle Beach or whatever, they're still under that good, it's called a good boy or the good old boy system, which derives from the Confederacy and against the civil rights of black people, of brown people. So they still been under the good old boy system, but it's like a unknown situation. They are free, but we really under good boy. Got to put that in quotes because it's an underlying law that's been sitting and rotted in the South for years. Everybody from the North, even white people that's from the North, they come down to the South, when they see it, they can even recognize it, because I lived in the South and the North, and I met a lot of people down here from the North, and they recognize it. We noticed that they're different down here than we up there up north. They treat different, and they recognize the old boy system. There's an old boy system that's always been here in the South.
Oh boy.
But it's not an open thing. It's an underlying situation. That's not going to be real, but it's an underlying situation that is realistic. I'm gonna tell you from my experiences with this old boy system, I've always been overqualified when I did a regular jobs. Overeducated, overqualified to do everything. These motherfuckers were always afraid for me to take their jobs, that they came so boldly to say, man, if I hire you, you're gonna take my job, you overqualified. But I'm not gonna give you this job because my family is in the business, and they're the managers, and that's how I got my job first. But I was overqualified for over many managers, many stuff, and could do their job, but they wouldn't hire me because what? Because of my fucking skin color. They said I'm overqualified because of my educational background, which is true, but because they had a certain amount of people, because they did have quotas, have a certain amount of people to hire, and they put in those systems due to laws that we have that allow people to be hired. That's one thing. But in the South, especially in hospitality situation, what do you call it? Environment. The job environment, hospitality environment. I've seen this. The fear in black people's eyes and faces to fight against the system. They accepted whatever they need to accept so they can get a job, so they can pay for their family. Because they know if they don't get the job, they can't get a job nowhere else. So they accept what they had to get. Me, I'm young, didn't give a fuck. I fought against the system every fucking chance I got. And when I got those jobs, you know what I told them? You're not gonna pay me this fucking amount. I'm gonna get paid more. And I usually fight the system and I got paid more than a person that's been there for 30 fucking years doing the same job. Got paid less. Or the same amount that I did, but just walking in the fucking door and fighting that system for less than a couple of days, a couple of weeks. They don't like motherfuckers like me. That's why I went to the car business, to tell you the truth. Even though they have, car business had their own bullshit, and racial disquality shit, and lots of them tolerate racial shits. I can tell you a bunch of stories in the car business. A lot of racial shit I have to deal with. That's another story. But and what I'm saying is, regular jobs, the old boy system, shit still matters in the South. So, we went from one situation to another situation. I want to say, the Snoop Dogg and Nelly, I love Snoop.
And I love Nelly.
I always was cool with Nelly. And I had a problem with Nelly. But when I heard, I still up on the fence of what Snoop did. I'm only had a problem with what he said before, and he did not stand on business. But on what he said, by him making the money, I'm all for it. Not against him making the money. I'm just saying he went against what he said. He made it very loud and clear that don't do this or you this. Nelly, on the other hand, I can't believe the fucking words from his mouth. When I heard it, this motherfucker was like, this is not going on, this is not going on, this he had all kind of stuff.
And you knew Kanye.
Or why he's like, yeah, and it was like what the fuck going on? That's the problems people have. You know what I'm saying? Now you making money.
Don't get blindsided.
Take the fucking money.
Because of the money.
But the words that you said, it does affect people because you are in a position of power and what you call it, people follow you. Especially our young folks. They follow you.
Especially the older ones too. That's the love you.
Your fans.
See you come out.
When you say shit like that, because you're in this position.
Stupid.
Right.
We can't forgive you right now.
That's a hurtful situation. Because
That's why your numbers went down.
Yeah, you hurt people like that, and that's we should be emotional because that.
It's not what you're saying. It's what you see.
Then what you said, and then you stood on what you said, which was bullshit, Nelly.
And you back.
Right.
And what I'm saying is like.
And the fact is, a lot of people like you that's on television, that's in positions of power, that's in the Congress, that's running. That's made in those situations, especially that bald-head motherfucker.
Tim Scott.
Tim fucking Scott.
Your favorite?
That motherfucker. I can't stand this motherfucker. You can't. My God, man. All right. Let's get back to this shit, right? All right. So, did I say what I fucking felt? You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
You know what I mean?
Say haters for.
Yo, listen. I'm telling you the truth.
Say what
feel
you
me?
need to say, what you want to say, and how you feel.
In these 11 days.
Comment and subscribe as well, and do the same. In
these 11 fucking days, ICE agents have been given permission to arrest people in churches and in schools as they round up illegal immigrants for mass deportation.
Come on now, there's a boundary.
Churches, schools, hospitals, anywhere.
Not inside.
Which was places you didn't go because it's foundation for sacred. But if you're going to schools to round up illegal immigrants
and churches,
you were saying you was going to do this for criminals. What criminals? I'm not saying no criminals not in these places, but chances are, a criminal not going to be in no fucking church. Well, I take that back.
No, they going to be in the church because they trying to repent.
What I'm trying to say is, you're going to have more good people in schools. You got kids in fucking schools.
Children.
And if they're working with the system, they're trying to do it. Now, if they're illegal immigrants, if they're criminal illegal immigrants, first of all, they should have been in the school in the first fucking place.
That part.
And they're working in the hospital.
That's not just the administration before you got into office.
Right. They're working in the hospitals.
Office
they're criminal, illegal immigrants working in the hospitals. They shouldn't have been in the fucking hospitals in the first place. For the illegal immigrants and the criminal, come on. Somebody did background checks.
Or did they?
All right.
But at the same time, even as you see Scarface and you see Godfathers, even they mafia people. Even them don't do the business inside the church.
They're not going to church.
Inside the school.
They're not going to school.
Now when you come outside, how about that? Oh, then it's going down with them. But if you inside, at least the mafias and all kind of stuff. So y'all want to be mafias and all kind of stuff. At least respect how do like them. Wait till the person come outside the God's facility and the school ground where the children's facility is at. Come on now, come on. You can't be just busting up in the school.
But I had to be careful of how I said this with the churches and with churches and schools and stuff because there are criminals in there. I'm not talking about just illegal immigrants.
But there might be criminals in there.
There's fucking criminals everywhere.
And that's where criminals feel safe at because they're like, oh, they can't touch us in the church. So I guess in his mind, it's no, we can touch y'all in everywhere. But no, because it has to be something. It has to be a line drawn because otherwise, y'all have been done have these criminals. So the churches and the schools, I'm still with that. It is that got to be off limits. It has to be some. The churches.
You can't be dragging kids now. Because think about it.
It has to be some kind of sacred ground.
You're talking about adults.
Y'all can just wait for them outside.
Talking about adults,
on the premises.
That's different.
On the premises, that's outside. That's different. But inside the premises, don't run up in the church.
But they're not just doing adults though.
Don't run.
My concern is with the children.
That's what I'm saying.
The children.
The children in the church too.
True. So if you got adults, that's a different situation. You gotta really think about it a little bit and let's see what's going on. But most of the time, the people that's gonna be in church and in schools and in hospitals that we're looking at is fucking. And in the hospital, they're patients. First of all, children.
It's not the hospital.
Talking about children.
It's sick people in the hospital. Down in there, y'all shooting up with equipment and everything, and then somebody's lifeline got to be going down. The machine is hitting the flat lines and then I had a heart attack because y'all done ran up in there and they were sitting there getting better. It got to be some kind of separation of where.
Oh no! Guess what? He took off. He gave them permission, 100% permission for parents, adults, and children to go in and take them out of any location, especially children. So. He also signed documents to get rid of federal DEI employment and encourage corporations in civil sectors to follow suit, which means like regular businesses that we go to, that's not government, you tell them to follow suit and do the same thing. Now, here's DEI, for you guys who don't know. DEI stands for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, which we define as follows. Diversity is the presence of differences and dimensions of human identity. Now, to go more further, DEI encompasses people of different ages, races, ethnicities, abilities, disabilities, genders, religions, cultures, and sexual orientations. It also covers people with diverse backgrounds, experiences, skills, and expertise. Diversity, equity, and inclusion are three different but interconnected concepts. Now, nothing that I read there, besides the fact that I say races, nothing says just black people or brown people. It is a variety of stuff. DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, that gives you different people who can come in, male, female, different stuff. Equity gives us the ability to be able to work at the same standard as one another, equally, without harassment or insult or hurt. Inclusion, including a lot of different people, even disabled people, to be able to work. And also be able to give them the abilities to, like stairs or whatever needed, so to do the same job at that location of hiring. So when you say DEI, you're not talking about, and they wish they were talking about black and brown people. They're talking about everybody. Black people, brown people, women, white women, disabled people, veterans, everybody is part of the DEI. Because remember, when they had a society, it was just white men working. It was just white men working. And then they allowed white women to work. So, but they were calling white women, look at it, ooh, cat talk and all kind of stuff. So they had to have equality with the white women. It wasn't not allowed. Then the diversity, have different colors coming in, and different races and whatnot, and ethnicities coming in, and then they have the inclusion of different people as far as disability and different stuff. Then businesses made more money when they had DEI because they made more money because of different cultures, different buying stuff and being part and participating in these things. You made more money with DEI and also affirmative action, which gave black and brown people the right, and also Chinese people and Japanese, Asian people, the right to participate in going, buying, selling, and being a part of the mix in America. They got rid of affirmative action in every civil rights situation. They closed down the civil rights department. Within 11 days, they had closed down the civil rights department. So if anything comes with civil rights, there's no fucking department to go handle that. In 11 days, they closed down the fucking civil rights department, and they got rid of all DEI situations, employments. At this point, I'm not going to give you the list of companies that are part of that exclusion, of getting rid of DEIs. But those are very famous names that you can look up, and they will tell you. You go right down the street to the mall, and those companies are right there. And I would say this: if they do not want they don't want you there working for them or anything, do not give them your fucking money. What they listen to is paper, money, the dollar bill, y'all. in time. That's what they wanted. Make America great again. To go backwards in fucking time. When there's no DI, affirmative action, civil rights. That's going backwards in time. When there's only just white men working and controlling stuff. They said this on fucking television within the last 11 days. I heard it from their fucking mouths.
And with that said too, even with the EEO, the Equal Employment Opportunity, they did the same thing because the EEO Opportunity Rule was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson back in 1965, and that noted like the civil rights of the Act of 1964, and that was still a law today. But then they had like the loopholes in it, and then Lyndon B. Johnson, he signed it where there wasn't any loopholes that made sure that like everybody could work and stuff like that. But then a couple of nights ago, I heard the president said that he spoke about how the workforce, like how people was like he's not saying that the workforce is like people were saying that the workforce was like too white. And he was like, he's ending like the equal employment,
EEOC, right?
Yeah, the EEO, the Equal Employment
right.
Opportunity, because like he's not saying that the workforce is too white, but he just wanna make sure that the right person has the job and the right person is qualified for the job. But we all know the reason why, like all these programs had exist and all these civil rights and NAACP and everything exists because they was not allowing the right man to take the job because the color of their skin. So when he's sitting here saying like, I just want the right person to be qualified for the job, it still is giving me like, oh, I want a white man to take the job. I'm not saying that he's saying this, but because of the way that he's saying things and the way that he's quoting stuff, it's like, my whole deal is like make America white again, in my opinion.
Well, the president said out of his mouth.
In my opinion.
The president said out of his mouth a couple of days ago that we need more white people and that's doing these jobs. That's why he got rid of those programs. Because he thinks it's stopping white people from working. He said those shit out of his fucking mouth on national television.
And I was trying to do the paraphrase, but dang.
He said this shit out of his fucking mouth. He also froze all government financial aid to include Medicaid, SNAP benefits, grants, etc. But 24 hours later, the judge temporarily blocked Trump's freeze on federal spending, following a day of confusion at agencies that fund schools for school lunches and school programs, provide housing, and ensure access to health care to everybody in the fucking United States. Right. He had stopped everything, froze it, and then 24 hours later, the judge took a hold on his freeze and to make everything still going. He's still trying to stop it from actually happening. He don't want no kids getting no school lunches and whatnot. And I heard these motherfuckers on television, different programs, backing him up, saying if they can afford lunches while they're in school, then they shouldn't be eating. When they were young, they had to go work, and they had to work. I heard this motherfucker say he was working while he was 13, was working, he had to pay for his own lunch. They can go out there, them kids can go out there and make money, get a job, and pay for their own lunch. This is talking about school fucking kids.
Kids. Just because your daddy made you did that or your mama made you do that, why would we want our kids to suffer through what we've been through?
This is not no opinion of what I'm saying to y'all. This is fucking factual information that I heard from these motherfuckers actually said. I sat there and watched and heard this shit.
Any great parent would want better for their kids. Any great parent.
The White House offered federal workers a buyout in exchange for their resignation. As the Trump administration looks to shrink the size of the government. So in other words, the people who was working in the government, he had told them, this has happened in the last 11 fucking days. He told them, we want y'all out of here. We don't want y'all working here no more. We need to freeze this stuff and get less people working. But we're going to buy you out. You have opportunity to buy out, and we're going to pay you for 8 months of work. Only 8 months of work, so you can resign. You can quit and don't get it, or you take the money and go. But either way, you're going to be out of here. You got 8 months of pay. Government employees. It's a lot of government work. If things start slowing down in the next few months, especially coming next week.
Taxes down for those people who love their
for government stuff.
Y'all better pay y'all taxes down.
He fired majority of them. Because they want to shrink down the size of the government employees so they can hold money and save money. That's their plan of thinking.
Buy nuclear weapons.
Last night, well, 2 nights ago, there was a horrific accident that involved a plane carrying 64 passengers collided into an Army helicopter carrying 3 passengers. Near Washington, it collided near Washington, D.C., sending both aircraft into the Potomac River, unaliving 67 people total. Approximately about 41 bodies were recovered. 28 were identified. The ones that recovered, 28 were identified. Only a few hours later, while families were still grieving and getting the bad news about what happened, and the divers were still searching for bodies, this is right after the accident happened. A few hours later, your president, President Trump, said on national television that this happened because of DEI hires, Democrats, and he blamed the Biden and Obama administrations and politicized the situation instead of addressing the American people with empathy, honesty, and support. Instead of saying we still got to find out what's going on and do research, which takes hours, months, years to find out the true situation, and also giving some empathy to the people who lost their families, and we don't know who were lost or who was unalive because it just happened. First words coming out of his mouth is, this is because of DEI. This is because the Obama and Biden administration. This is because of them Democrats. This is why, this is the exact reason what happened. That's in the story. We saw the problem. This is the problem. And they're like, is this what happened? Yep, that's exactly what happened. How does this explain a fucking accident and what happened to different people, this people? Plus, no one wants to hear that shit when you come into an accident. We want to know what is going on with the people. Did we find our people? Did somebody survive? What are we doing to help the situation? What was the cause of the situation? Functionally, the parts. What happened?
Condolences to the family.
Condolences to the family. We sorry what happened, and we're gonna find out what's going on.
Those kids, those students that was ice skaters, and just anybody else that was on the plane, and the helicopters, the military helicopters. Condolences to all of y'all, and it's just a tragic situation, and just this is just crazy and scary at the same time with plane rides. I mean, that plane literally took off from Wichita, Kansas, and was headed to Washington, D.C. and was right there at the landing. Right there when the crash happened. They were almost at their destination. So that's just even sad with them just saying that. So I just pray for the families. I wish them well. I hope everybody, unfortunately, if there's no survivors, everybody body is recovered, so the family can have peace.
Correct.
And the family could just officially say their goodbyes and things of that nature. But I hope there'll be a situation, because according to some of the CNN reporters and some of Fox News, some of these incidents have happened before, and I had a couple of incidents where it's been a run-in because the base is too, the landing and the base is too close. So hopefully there's something that they can do to try to rectify the problem because at nighttime you can't hardly see. It's like fog and stuff like that. The lights and all kind of stuff.
Right.
The base is right there. It's dark.
Right.
So I just pray that we found a solution for this, so it won't happen to anyone.
There's a lot of children involved, figure skaters.
Yeah.
Little children, figure skaters. There was training and whatnot.
It's so sad.
It was military training going on at the same time. There was a lot of unfortunate situations and people. Things that have happened. It's an unfortunate situation that happened. That no one had an answer to right away. It was impossible to have answers right away as soon as it happened. It takes time at least to find out.
It's a tragedy, and it's like a shock, because everybody said that they surrounding people said that they heard the boom and they seen the explosion happen itself. So hopefully they already found one black box. And I think it was another one on the plane, so hopefully they can find another black box to kind of give the people, especially the family members, sense of what was going down in that time that the situation had happened.
This is not a time for blame.
Right.
It's a time to find out what the cause of the situation, so we can get the appropriate answers, and then find a solution to go from there. So we can prevent it from happening again. But in the meantime, find out the truth about what's going on, and find out the cause, and find out what's the well-being of every person. And if everybody is gone, can we find those bodies and get, like she just said, give people peace. This is that time frame for this stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely not a time to especially blame Obama. He's been out of the office ever since 2016. So let's leave him out of this. And Biden, come on, Trump. You're the president now. Let's do what we got to do to make sure that these families are consoled, and these families have sympathy, and these families have peace and respect, and just do what you're supposed to do, as we think you need to do, and we want you to do. Well, now that you're president of the United States. And just find out what happened.
But let's continue what's going on in this fucking 11 days. Trump and the administration are purging many people that he assumed was against him, far as his prosecution and whatnot. So far they have fired more than a dozen of January 6 prosecutors as of right now. Fired more than a dozen because they were his prosecutors. Now these prosecutors have nothing to do with politics. They only have to do with finding the facts and finding situations. They're prosecutors. Nothing to do with what Democratic or Republican status, what political party you're in. Their job is to be neutral and just find the results of issues and whatnot. You okay?
Yeah, I got a headache from that.
And listen. There's the reason why I was off air for the last week, a couple of weeks. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I still got more for the 11 days. Let me just first finish this. Breaking news. As of tonight, about an hour or so ago, from CNN News, there was a small plane crash near the Philly Mall in Philadelphia. So it just happened. So we're gonna go back to more information, find out what's going on, and I pray to God that this idiot do not say something stupid. Let's first find out what the situation is. It's another plane accident just happened. This occurred, and what I want to say is, I had to be off the air for a week or two, because I was so mentally stressed out, due to, and what I've said and reported to you so far is only a tad bit piece of the shit that was going on in 11 days. There was more. There's a lot more.
A lot more.
And I was so mentally stressed, 3 or 4 days I had to turn the TV off and not watching TV. So I'll do what the K Dot song. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Yeah, I know about the TV off. You know what I'm saying?
Scrabble it up.
You know what I'm saying? Mustard! Ah! Yo. Listen, I'm a K Dot fan for real. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, baby. Hey, yo, listen. We're not gonna finish this tonight. This is gonna be part 1.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna do a part 2. We're gonna record part 2. Part 2 tomorrow.
Part 2.
You know what I'm saying? So, cause no way we can finish this. Cause we just fucking finished the Survivor 2025 shit, right?
I know.
Yo, Survivor 2025.
We didn't even get to
I'm gonna have this
segment.
on every episode. Survivor 2025, right? What I want to say is I was just so fucking stressed out that I really needed to take a mental break. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad my wife Tasha Mack, my family and friends who was contacting me and whatnot was about my well-being and whatnot. I really was I was under the weather because this is a lot to take in. I'm mentally stressed out about what's going on because this is a really bad thing. This is a really bad thing that's going on right now in our life. You're talking about our livelihood, messing with our monies, messing with our family,
our children,
and our children's future,
their children's children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Our grandchildren.
This is an attack. This is an attack of. We're not. Listen. I don't know what you're thinking. You're not going to have it that easy. You know, we are fighters. You're not going to have it that fucking easy. You know what I'm saying? You know, and to all you buck dancers.
So you got blocked.
To all you buck dancers.
What you think you can't get blocked.
And
you got blocked.
Selling your souls out.
I'm glad they showed his.
And whatnot. I mean, what's gonna happen to you? You're the first ones going down, bruh.
You say, bro?
I don't even use that damn word. You got me talking about bruh. I never use that. Ever. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about bruh.
You say bruh?
I don't even talk like that. But listen. You're the first ones. We coming out. If this shit gets worse, like the attack on my families and homes and whatnot, bruh. Say it again. You're first.
Clarify that because we are on air.
All I'm just saying is because we're on air. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be tagged or anything like that. What I'm saying is we will talk to you in a fashion that you will understand
via media.
Once we meet up.
Via media.
Thank you. All right, please don't stop my show. Please don't block us or nothing like that. The Bars already said.
This is not a threat.
This is not a threat. This is just something about talking to one another. So we can get on one accord so we can be together and fix situations that's not agreeable.
Right.
Ting. Damn, Clark. All right. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Did I clean it up well?
Yes.
Did I clean it up well?
Very well.
All right. Listen, we was going to do some shout-outs. Let's do the shout-outs. We don't have time to just do shout-outs.
Yeah, let's do some shout-outs.
After we do the shout-outs, then we're going to end this and then come out to you guys with part 2.
Part 2.
You know what I'm saying? So,
part 2.
You know, we're going to do part 2 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Called catch-up.
You know what I mean?
You
can see how 2025, Survivor 2025 is just a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Just like, yo, we survived. Yo, 11 days. These 11 days were tough for me, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
It was tough, yo. It was tough, son.
Yo.
11 days, son. After we had to do Martin Luther King, man. And it's Martin Luther King.
What the fuck?
I always just be messing because, like, you know, y'all know Coming to America, and the dude was always like, Martin Luther King, Martin Luther King, and then Martin Luther King.
Hey, yo, this is,
it just tickled me.
We know who the
king.
Apologize for of my demeanor, but now I'm coming right to you raw. I'm bringing to you some straight facts. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all still. I hope I can actually publish this shit. I hope y'all can watch it. You know what I'm saying?
I know, it's gonna get published. Now, if it's gonna get flagged, and that might be a different story. But don't flag it all. Just flag some certain parts if you need to. But the people need to hear this.
Yeah, we gotta do shout outs real fast.
The people feel this, and this is what they want to say. So we say what y'all want to say, or what y'all afraid to say, especially this. So.
All right. Shout out to Lewis from TikTok.
All right, Lewis.
Shout out K plus BP Solar from IG.
BP Solar.
Shout out Jay Dukes from TikTok.
Jay Dukes. Hey.
Shout out Emily from TikTok.
Emily, yeah.
Shout out Ahmed from TikTok.
Ahmed, let's go.
Shout out user 5461196250034 from TikTok.
Numbers.
Shout out New History Subs from IG.
New History Subs.
Shout out Carrie Treasure from IG.
Treasure, yes.
Shout out Veronica Duff _3977 from IG.
Veronica Duff, yes.
Shout out Fanny Carter from Facebook.
Fanny Carter, yes.
Shout out Dodo JLW from TikTok.
What up, Dodo?
Shout out Morgan Shazams from IG.
Morgan Shazam.
Shout out Queen Peaches from TikTok.
All right, Queen Peaches.
Shout out user 5443229931367 from TikTok.
Yes.
Shout out Greg Dover from Facebook.
All right, Mr. Dover.
Shout out Talisha Lachey from Facebook.
Talisha Lachey.
Shout out F. No Capone from Facebook.
F. No Capone, what up?
Shout out Quincy Holloway 18606 from IG.
Quincy Holloway, yeah.
Shout out Will Mac 46H from IG.
Will Mac 468.
Shout out Tom Ellis at Carolina Car Connections.
All right,
at CarolinaCarConnect.com. CarolinaCarConnect.com.
You already know.
CarolinaCarConnect.com.
If you want to ride.
If you want a car, you want a truck, SUV, something to ride, get on your feet. Listen, hit my boy up. Tom Ellis at Carolina Car Connections at CarolinaCarConnect.com. He will take care of you, get you riding, get you rolling. You know what I'm saying? I see you rolling.
Hey,
baby. You trying to get some rides and not be walking. Call Tom. CarolinaCarConnect.com.
Hey. Why ride when you can drive?
When you can drive.
CarolinaConnect.com.
CarolinaCarConnect.com.
CarolinaCarConnect.com.
Yeah.
Carolina Car Connect. CCC.
No doubt. Hey, yo, check this out. Check this out.
Check this out.
Thank you. Thank you for watching out or listening, depending on what platform you're currently using. Follow my podcast on straighthating.castle.com for video podcasts.
That's right.
And straighthatingpodcast.buzzsprout.com for audio podcasts. I'm also on Spotify, YouTube, and several other platforms. There's my co-host, Tasha Mack.
Tasha Mack. Y'all already know it's Tasha Mack. When you say my name, please make sure you say it completely, please.
And I'm your host.
That's Tasha Mack. Holla back.
And I'm your host, AC.
AC.
See you again on part 2.